Cardinal numbers 11 through 19. Let's now look at these numbers, the teens, the rebellious teens. Well, they're not that bad. Okay, a few things we need to say here. I guess the first thing I should say is that these columns here are labeled a little differently than what we've seen before. This is the chart that I used for numbers 3 through 10, the cardinals, and we had here the masculine and then the feminine. So these were listing the masculine forms, and these were listing the feminine forms. And as you should remember, we have this gender flip from 3 to 10, where the masculine forms modify feminine nouns, and the feminine forms modify masculine nouns. But the listing here, what we're listing here are the masculine forms. Over here, what Ross does, and I've duplicated it here, is he's not listing the masculine forms here. What he's listing are the forms that modify masculine nouns. Okay? So pay attention to this here. Not everything in this list is masculine. The first two are, because in 11 and 12, just like 1 and 2, those numbers agree with the noun they modify in gender. So if the noun is masculine, these will be masculine. And but these ones here, let me actually just change my color here. Oh, let's go to red. Let's pick red. So these numbers here, down to 19, all have the gender flip. Get it back to white. So we see here shelosha, that's the feminine ending, and it's going to modify a masculine noun. This one here, ahad, with the dalet there, that is the masculine ending, right? And shnayim, with the nun there, as opposed to the tav, is the masculine ending. So these modify masculine nouns, these modify masculine nouns, but these are masculine while these are feminine because of the gender flip. So I probably over-explained that. Let's look at these. Let's start over here, actually. When you learn to count, like I said before, at least in modern Hebrew, it tends to be the list that modifies feminine nouns. So achat, shtayim, shalosh, arba, chamesh, etc. down to into the teens here. So at least the way I learned this was then achat esrei, so feminine, achat, right? And number 11 agrees in gender with the number it modifies, so feminine modifies feminine nouns. Achat esrei. And this was the other one actually we learned. Shtei esrei, so 12. So what we see here is the unit followed by the tens, and the 10 here is a little different. It's not esed, but it's built on it. Esrei, achat esrei, shtei esrei. In the masculine, or the forms that modify the masculine, you have asar. Again, it's not esrei, but it's similar. So we see asar all the way through here, all the same, asar. And over here it's all eser, or esrei. Esrei, 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 all these here. Okay? So we have the unit, and then we have what you could call the tens place. Okay? And the tens is different depending on whether it modifies feminine or masculine. And they're related to the word ten, eser. In terms of the units, we use the ones that are appropriate for the noun we're trying to modify. If it's feminine, then we use feminine forms for these two, and masculine for these because of the gender flip. Now there may be some slight alterations from the forms we've seen before, at least in here, but they're very close. So, achat esrei is 11, shtei esrei is 12, then we go to shalosh esrei, so it's 13, masculine now. Now let me just turn the page here, or turn the slide. Remember, masculine is shalosh for the absolute, and shalosh for the construct. In the feminine, it's shalosha and shaloshet. Okay, the a and the et ending, but masculine has no ending. So here we have masculine, shalosh esrei. Here, shalosha asar. Okay, so this one has a feminine ending because of the gender flip, and it's modifying masculine nouns. Shalosh esrei is 13, arba esrei 14, chamesh esrei 15, shesh esrei 16, sheva esrei or sheva esrei is 17, shmoneh esrei, 18, tisha esrei, or tisha esrei. This is so short, sometimes I say it faster than that, but tisha esrei is 19. So again, these all have the gender flip. These ones here modify feminine nouns, these modify masculine nouns, and this is taken straight from Ross. Okay, what else did I want to say? Let's see, we dealt with the gender flip, the different tens, the units. Now, the noun, so here's our number. The noun over here is usually plural because you're modifying it with something in the teens, so there's many of them. But there are a few nouns, a few common nouns that actually can be in the singular, even though they have the number 11 through 19 before them. Words like ish, meaning man, or nefesh, person. Sometimes you'll see those with the singular, even though it's modified by a plural number. Yom, day, and shevet. Those are common ones that can be singular, even though they're modified by a number in the teens. Okay, I think I have two examples. Here we have Sheish Esrei Shana. Okay, let's take a look at this. Sheish Esrei, well, we don't see a feminine ending here, right? This is masculine, Sheish. And Esrei, this is the form that was on the right column. Esrei, Asar was over here. And the right column was the one that modified feminine nouns. Shana must be feminine. And if you look it up, you'll see, in fact, that Shana, which means year, is feminine. And so this unit is masculine because of the gender flip. It's 6, right? So this is 16. 16 years. And actually, this must be another form that can be in the singular, because look at that. It is in the singular. So, Sheish Esrei Shana, 16 years. And then we have Shilosha Asar Ish. Okay, a ending, kametz hey, is feminine, right? So this is feminine here, and Asar, if you remember, was on this side of the screen. Where are we here? Asar are all these, right? Esrei is over here. So Asar, Shilosha Asar, modifying a masculine noun, ish, min, and this is one of those that can be in the singular. So we have 13 min. So again, we have the gender flip here, and we have it here because we're dealing with 16 and 13. If we were dealing with 12 or 11, then we wouldn't have a gender flip, because those two don't do that gender flip. Okay, here are your numbers. I guess the thing to remember, if you want to memorize these, I would run down this list, because that's what they seem to do in modern Hebrew. And just remember that you've got a gender flip from 13 to 19. You have the units followed by the tens, where the 10 is a little bit different than Eser, the number 10, but it's built on it. You have one form for those that modify feminine nouns, Esrei, and another form, Asar, for those that modify masculine nouns. So those are your numbers 11 through 19.